I don't know about you guys, but I'm in the mood for some city building. Today we got a good episode. We're coming back to downtown and we're gonna add some awesome looking buildings to our skyline. Moving down from the skyscrapers we made a few episodes ago, we're gonna get started on our downtown's entertainment district. To start it off, there's a plot of land that we have set aside to build a beautiful Central Park for our city. Not nearly as big as the real Central Park in New York, but you guys have asked for some parks, so this is all for you guys. Later on in this episode, we're also going to add some shopping centers, malls, hotels, and our very own area inspired by Times Square. So keep on watching for that. Okay, so here we are getting started here with the park, like I said. You can see where we are in the city. In the background, you can see the arena that we worked on in the last episode. So you didn't miss anything if the last episode you saw was the arena. This is the next step after that, so if you want to see that being built, go check out the last video. But you can look in the background, you can see kind of where we are in the city. You can see the arena there and the bridge a little bit behind that one, and then off to the left there you can see the downtown building. So you kind of have a grip of where we are right now, and we're just making this nice little park. You can see it's not a huge park. It has some nice little walking paths that we're going to detail up a little bit here in a few minutes, but I'm just starting with some basic terraforming here, as you can see, and then the path layout and all of that. And now comes the fun part of adding some greenery. So this is what you guys want. This is a concrete jungle, no more. Now it is a little safe haven from all the hustle and bustle. It's a nice little nature park. It's kind of like, obviously I took inspiration from Central Park, but it's more of just like a sort of nature park, like just with pathways and walking trails, like kind of like like I said, a more nature park. I know Central Park has a lot more things going on. It has a zoo, it has like some museums in it and stuff. Obviously it's not big enough to have all that stuff, but this is the next best thing. So we have just some nice little trees and stuff, and then there's a opening there in the middle. You can see that big circular area where the path is. You'll see I'm going to leave that open and have that be like a nice little field. So just so it's not all trees and stuff, there's a nice little opening in there in the middle. And then we're going to move to this thing here. This is a little circle area that I left, and I wanted to make this like a little plaza fountain area. So there's that. Also took inspiration from Central Park. So we have that. Some nice little details here. You can see trash cans and lamp posts and stuff like that. But that was the park pretty much, more or less. I might come back and add like a little playground section, but that was the park area. There's going to be a lot of more parks, obviously, but that was just the one for there, and that's probably going to be the biggest park in this urban area other than the sort of natural hill areas. Like, if you know the layout of this map and you've seen the episodes, you know that at the very tip of this peninsula there is that big sort of hill rock formation. That's gonna all stay natural. That's gonna be another park. So we're gonna have a lot of green space. I know a lot of the commenters are saying, you know, add some greenery, don't make this just fully concrete, and it is definitely going to be that. We're gonna keep that in mind. We're gonna add some greenery all around. This is gonna be a beautiful green lush city, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But anyways, now we are working on this was built by Hamburger Mukbang. This is a sort of, I think it's a hotel tower. He did not end up building any hotel rooms, so I'm not 100% sure, but there are some cool things going on in here. He ended up building a casino, which we got on camera, and then a movie theater. So it's a nice little area, like a little, I guess, commercial entertainment area. Obviously we're in the entertainment district of this city, and also I should say that this entertainment district is taking a lot of inspiration from the theater district in New York City. So you have that one area with a bunch of sort of entertainment type things like theaters and stuff. Like you got Times Square, and then you have Broadway, and you know, all those little theaters and stuff like that on every other street. That's kind of the vibe we're going for here with this entertainment district. We want a lot of cool things to do, and so that's kind of the vibe we're going for here. And we don't get a lot of it done in this episode. Like I said before, this is going to be a long series. This is a process, so you just got to trust the process. And yeah, anyways, here is the casino that I was talking about. It's not like a fully fledged casino. It's a few floors, but it's not like a you know, on its own standalone casino, Las Vegas size. But it is a casino nonetheless. It has some, you know, slot machines. I don't know what those are. I guess poker tables or something like that. It's got all the games that we need here. But you can see it's a pretty decent sized casino, but it's not huge. This is actually at the top of the building that you just saw be built a few moments ago. And yeah, so like I said before in previous episodes, we are doing full interiors for everything here. So every building eventually will have full interiors. We are falling behind a little bit because we don't have very many interior builders. We have Hamburger Mukbang, who is building right now, and then we have Void Croissant, who is an interior builder, and then I do a little bit of interior as well, and that's pretty much it. So if you are good at building interiors, go ahead and apply, because we need a lot of interior builders. So I mean, we need more builders in general too, so go ahead and apply in the description if you're interested in joining the team at all. But that was that building there, and now we're gonna get started on our little Times Square inspired area. So I said at the beginning of the video in the intro, you heard that we're going to have a little Times Square inspired sort of block area with a bunch of screens and TVs and stuff like that. And so this is the area where it is at. I'll put up a picture of the map right now just so you know where we're at. Once I get to a different shot, you'll be able to see where we're at. We're right next to the park, just a few blocks from the park that we just built. But this is sort of the main intersection here where everything's going to be going on. So here we go. You can see this is the first building on our little Times Square area. You'll see we're going to get some nice screens and stuff going up on here. And I mentioned Times Square. That is sort of the vibe we're going for. But the buildings aren't going to be as tall as Times Square. It's more of like a Shibuya crossing in Tokyo, if you guys know about that. It's sort of more open area, and then at the same time not as tall buildings, so not super skyscrapery, but still a lot of screens and a lot of stuff going on here. So you can see here is the first building going up, or the first little block, and then there's all the screens. And we didn't end up getting the logos and stuff on the screens. I want to get them up there pretty soon. We just need to make some more brands and business logos and stuff like that. So if you're good artists too, I guess if you're good at making art and custom logos and stuff like that, we could use you as well. So go ahead and apply if you want. But here's another building on this block. You can see the park is right there, so we're just one block over from the park, and that's something that we took into account for the location of this Times Square area. Is the proximity to that park, because we wanted a park, but we also want it to be like a sort of retreat from the city. And if there's just a bunch of screens right next to the park just beaming into it, that's not really going to make a peaceful sort of park area. So we moved over a block, and we actually changed the layout of this area a little bit to fit our little Times Square area. If you remember in the first episode, I had 2 roundabouts actually built, but for this Times Square area to be able to be built, I actually ended up removing one of those roundabouts, so we only have 1 big roundabout in the city now, which, hey, 1 is still better than 0, so I think it's a good trade-off to have this sort of Times Square looking area here. It's a cool area. It's probably going to be one of the cooler areas in this downtown district of our city here, so I think it's worth it. I'm happy. But anyways, here is the next building on our little area. This isn't really super on the screen area. It's a little off to the side, maybe like half a block over, so it's not really in the hustle and bustle area. Super close. I mean, it is super close, but it's not right there. And this is going to be a hotel eventually. Again, there's no interiors. If you want to help with interiors, please apply. But there's this nice little building here, and this is actually the tallest building in this sort of south entertainment district here. So we don't want the buildings to be super tall. I'm referencing New York City a lot, but we don't want it to be just a skyscraper city here. So the building's going to start to go down and shorter and get shorter as we get away from those big skyscrapers. So anyways, here is a shopping mall, sort of like a big shopping center here, right in the middle of our Times Square-esque area. So we got a lot of screens here, all black again, and this whole area here is going to be a big old shopping mall, so that's going to be fun to build here. We got a little bit, we just got started on the interior. We did not get a bunch of it done, but we got a little bit, so there's that. And now here we are detailing the outside of it just a little bit, getting some trees on the street here, some more greenery, but here we are on the inside of the shopping mall. You can see it's 6 floors, so this is a pretty bulky shopping mall. It's like I imagine it will be like the main shopping mall for this downtown area. I guess this would be like a pretty busy, pretty famous, pretty iconic shopping mall for the people of our city. Obviously downtown's gonna have a lot of apartment buildings and stuff like that, so this would be like the main big shopping center for these people here. And right now we're making a restaurant on one of the upper levels. I don't remember what level exactly it is, but this is a restaurant built by Hamburger Mukbang and Void Croissant, so shout out to those guys for all the details here. Looking nice, looking fancy, looking snazzy. And then once this gets done, we're gonna go one room over, and they're gonna make another restaurant. So here we go, another little cafe eatery area here. So turned out nice, turned out awesome. And then you can see we got some windows looking out onto the Times Square area, so that's gonna be a cool view when this whole area gets all done. And then here is just the lower ground floor, a little bit of detail here, and then they're going to get a nice row of shops and such in here. And like I said, we're gonna get this whole area built on the inside. There's gonna be a full interior, but we're short interior builders, so it's gonna take a little bit longer than I want. But it is what it is. We'll get caught up eventually. Do not worry, guys. We'll get caught up, and you will see it on camera. And you can also see we have some skylights, so I thought that was pretty cool. We get some nice natural light in here, and it's not just a super enclosed mall. And we got some open air space, or not open air, but like we got some, balconies and stuff you can see. So there's a lot of room to breathe here, and some nice little shops there. So that's pretty cool. And now this is the final building, just a small little building of the episode. This is right next to the park there, and you can see the roundabout is what is being built on. Just another little building here, nothing too crazy. It's going to end up being a hotel. I didn't get any of the interior done, but I'm happy with how this turned out. I built this one, so there we go. Just a cute little building there, nothing crazy. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. We got started on the entertainment district and the park area here, so I hope you enjoyed that. As a nice little ground foundation for what is to come of this entertainment district. I'm excited to see what it turns into, but thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the description what other videos you want me to make, and suggestions for the city, of course, and don't forget to apply if you are interested in joining. But I hope you enjoy the rest of the cinematics, and let me give a big shout out to my patrons here. Thank you guys so much, and especially my $10 supporters, Justin Kim, Voe, and Walker Army. Thank you guys so much for your support. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, goodbye.